Let's explore some more ways to uncover niche ideas. But before we get to it, here's a caveat. Many seem to believe they have to love a niche and be an expert in order to be able to build a site in the niche. That is not true. While it does help if you love working in a niche, there will only be so many sites you can build if you choose to build sites only in niches you love. After all, how many niches can someone really love and be an expert in? To be very successful at niche marketing, you will have to build several sites, and very few people achieve significant success with just one or two sites. Like most things in life, this too is a numbers game. If one site makes you between $500 to $1,000 a month, wouldn't you want to build at least a handful of sites every year? You can't do that if you believe you need to be passionate about a niche to build a site in it. You want to approach this like journalists approach their work. They are not experts in all that they write about, but they are trained writers who know how to present facts or weave engaging stories around facts. If newspapers require journalists to be experts in all that they write about, most newspapers would struggle to stay afloat. That said, when you are building your first site, it does help to build it around something you love and are passionate about. But once you have built one or two sites, you would possibly need to look around for more niche ideas, even those that never was of the slightest bit of interest to you in the past. You may be able to build a site around things you really love doing or are an expert in. You can uncover some ideas just by asking a few simple questions. What's your job? What are you good at? What are your hobbies, interests, and passions? What were your interests when you were a few years younger? What is it you love to do with your free time? What are your friends' hobbies and interests? Instead of focusing just on your own hobbies, which is bound to be a small number, you can instead focus on building sites about other people's hobbies. That way, you can have scores upon scores of potential ideas to look at. Here's a site you might want to explore. It's about popular hobbies. Discoverahobby.com. If you want to look at a much bigger list of hobbies, you might want to look at this Wikipedia page. There are so many hobbies listed here. For instance, if you draw or paint and know a thing or two about art, you might be able to build a site around artist supplies. There are so many products you can sell. Or, if you were a ham radio enthusiast in high school, you could possibly build a site around that. No matter what you are interested in, chances are a lot of people are also interested in that as well. You might want to check Amazon if there are products in that niche that are selling well. And if there are, chances are you might be able to build a site around it. You would want to remember that we are just in the idea generating phase right now. Every idea we generate in this phase will have to be subjected to more stringent tests, which will be discussed later on in the keyword research section. It's also possible that even though you love something and consider yourself an expert on the topic, that niche might turn out to be extremely competitive and you may not be able to build a site in the niche. For instance, if you have done a lot of research about weight loss pills and want to build a site around weight loss pills, the going may not be easy. It's a highly competitive niche and you will be competing head on with billion-dollar companies. That's certainly not an easy thing to do, unless you happen to be gifted in some unique way. By focusing on other people's hobbies and interests, you will be able to build a number of sites. If a number of people all love doing something, there's something inherently likable about it, and there are bound to be products you can sell to that niche. That's a win-win for everyone.